we have come a really long way in this campaign. In the last week, there have been 3 national polls which now have us in the lead. And given the fact that we started about 60 or 70 points behind, I think that's pretty good.
That was part of our exclusive one-on-one interview with Bernie Sanders today at his rally in Kansas City. The Democratic presidential candidate held a rally this afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany Pieper.
And I'm Jem Rick. Thousands of supporters showed up. KOMU8's Caitlin Rounds has been in Kansas City all day. She joins us now with more on her one-on-one interview with the
I'm
senator.
here at the Kansas City Convention Center where Democratic presidential candidate Bernie Sanders held a rally for his supporters earlier today. According to organizers of the event, nearly 7,000 people showed up to support Sanders. During his speech, Sanders touched on a variety of issues he's built his platform on, such as raising minimum wage in America and lowering incarceration rates.
Now, those are not radical ideas. Those are the ideas that the American people want. Now, they may not be what Congress wants. Congress wants tax breaks for billionaires. Republicans want to cut Social Security and Medicare.
This was Sanders' second time in Kansas City as a presidential hopeful. I was here during his first visit back in June at the La Raza National Conference. The difference between the audiences of the 2 speeches was very noticeable. During the first speech back in June, there was about 200 people in a meeting room. This time there were thousands of people who showed up, like I said, and some camped out for hours before the rally just to get close to the stage. Before the rally, I had the opportunity to talk to Sanders one-on-one, and I asked him why he thought Kansas City was so important to visit right at this time.
Well, obviously, Kansas on March 5th. Missouri on March 15th will be holding their primaries. We think we have a very good chance to be strong in both of those primaries, and we're delighted by what appears to be a huge turnout here in Kansas City.
We reached out to the Jackson County Republican Committee, and their chairman says that he's not worried about Sanders' appearance here in Kansas City today because by now people probably have already decided who they're voting for. Reporting live in Kansas City, Caitlin Rounds, KOMU8 News.
Sanders' rival Hillary Clinton is looking for a win in South Carolina Saturday, and there's a lot on the line for both sides with Super Tuesday 6 days away. On the Republican side, Donald Trump is leading in 10 states. He's focusing on Texas. Trump today got his first endorsements from Republican lawmakers on Capitol Hill. That's after he took the evangelical vote last night in a Nevada landslide. His rivals, Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, say a win is still possible. No one is giving up yet.
From now on, when you go to vote in Cole County, you won't have to worry about the sign-in line being too long. Starting with the next election in March, Cole County will use iPads when you sign in to vote.
1 person is dead and 2 injured after a car crash at the corner of Paris Road and Waco Road.
KOMU8's Ashley Holt is at the scene with the details.
According to the Columbia Police Department, the crash happened around 2:17 p.m. and crews just left a short time ago, making that about a 2-hour cleanup. One car was flipped on its side and the other's driver's side bumper was completely smashed after what officials are calling a T-bone crash. As a result, traffic was slow but moving in both lanes just in one direction. And as you can see behind me now, that traffic is all cleared up. When I spoke to CPD earlier today, they were actually on their way to the hospital to check on those who were injured. So hopefully I'll have that information coming up at KOMU8 News at 6. Reporting live in Columbia, Ashley Holt, KOMU8 News.
Educators disagree on a bill that would fund preschools around the state.
A House bill introduced this month creates an act allowing toddlers to attend preschools outside their districts in certain circumstances. KOMU8's Jasmine Lee joins us in the studio to tell us the concerns of those working in preschools.
The bill introduced by Representative Randy Dunn would give parents the chance to send their child to a preschool if they live in a district without one.
The system curators approved the search committee for the new system president. This comes after the curators met in Kansas City earlier this morning. The committee will consist of the 6 current members of the board plus 2 faculty members, 1 staff member, and 2 students. A new student curator will also be approved to be a member of the board. This is the first system presidential search in which current students have a voice in the process. Mental health issues affected more than 75,000 Missourians in 2014. It's no secret this is a big problem, and legislators are working to address it.
Today, mental health advocates visited the Capitol to raise awareness. The question is, are the bills in the legislature going to do enough?
The reality is mental health affects everyone. A number of bills underway focus on young people, but there's currently isn't any legislation specific to an older age demographic.
A man is in jail after leading police on a chase early this morning in Columbia. Police arrested David Davis after he crashed into a tree on Brushwood Lane. Davis tried to swallow a plastic bag when he was arrested. The bag later tested positive for cocaine. He was arrested on suspicion of a controlled substance, resisting arrest, tampering with evidence, and careless driving. He's currently on probation for a previous drug conviction. The Highway Patrol and Blue Springs Police are investigating an officer-involved shooting this morning that left a teenager dead. Police say a 16-year-old male pointed a weapon at an officer before he was shot and killed. Sergeant Bill Lowe of the Highway Patrol told media they're looking into the possibility it was a suicide. The teen reportedly called police himself, claiming there was a prowler in the area.
Several parts of the U.S. are dealing with severe weather, but here in mid-Missouri, it was a cold but mild day. Let's check in with Kenton to get a look at the forecast.
All right, Brittany, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. We did see a lot of cloud cover and even a bit of drizzle throughout our day today.